Hello Tubesters, welcome to another one of my videos. Hang on a second, slurp time. Right, move scalpel before it lands in foot. Right guys, as you can see by the title, I've got a single small regiment of, or battalion, or units as I prefer to call them. If I call them units, nobody can harangue me for, oh that's not a regiment, it's a battalion, and blah 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 blah. So yeah, we're looking at some usual, because there's a lot of them, 18mm AB French Old Guard Grenadiers, or Grenadiers of the Old Guard. I've also got another regiment that I've just completed, but it hasn't been based yet. But I thought I'd show this one off, if only for the client's sanity. So yeah, we'll go down to the bench in a minute. Not a great deal of difference, as I said to you, with the, I think I showed these on bottle tops, if I believe. You know, we've got red plumes. Not a lot of, you know, well, there is slight difference in the cuffs and that, but you know, not a huge amount of difference. And that's about it really. Rocks are done by me. Again, cork rocks painted. I'm just looking at them down here. A few flowers. Not happy with the glue I've bought for tuff making. It's not particularly strong, and it's weird. I've got some flower tufts that I made probably 4 years, actually for the same client, I believe, for his Saxons. So that's 4 years ago, 3 years ago, I don't know. They stick down fine, but some of the other ones, I always put a blow over a varnish over the figures. Yet again, once they're stuck down to the base, helps, I believe, as well, keep the static grass from getting too, all over the shop, blowing away. And as I was doing it was blowing some of the tufts off, which was rather annoying. So yeah, there's not a lot of tufts on these, but if you think to how I now do them, which is more or less I cover them all in tufts. That's not going to be good because it's all going to fall off. So yeah, I'll sort myself some more tacky glue out, because I've got 2 bottles of 2 different types and they're both bloody they're rubbish. So I need to go back to my original brand that I bought, if I can find it. Anyway, enough of that. Let's go down to the bench, take a look. Right guys, thanks for joining me at the bench. Here are the little fellas in all their glory. Again, you've seen them already, I know, but it's nice to show them off. More so the client can see them as well. I mean, I do show the client photographs, obviously, but gets to see them. Put a sergeant in there again. I usually do 2 sergeants and just pop them down somewhere. As I say, that apart from a slight head turn really, and there are stance, as in poses, the stance of the legs, and that is about three types of poses. There's only so much you can do when you're stood ready like this, but yeah, they're nice figures. I've given, as I said to you before, all these have got grey moustaches, and whether they weren't always grey haired, it was just part of I believe part of the look of the old guard. They were older soldiers, but it doesn't mean they were all grey. But you just see it's a classic old guard, and that's what I went for on these. The chasseurs apide I put as different hair colours, but I wanted to show these as more in the classic, all grey. There are tiny earrings on these. I don't put them on because, although you can just about see them as in the sculpt as you're painting them, using the metallics, it gets rather lost for me. So I haven't been putting the earring, painting the earring. I tried it on a couple and it just didn't look right. It just looked like a splodge of metallic paint. Colour again from GMB. Again, I replaced the old bendy white metal with a large paper clip that I open out and snip off, and then I drill through the hand and down. And here's the last one. As I say, there isn't really any difference, but it's still nice to show off. I just infer the grenades on the back the tails. That's the little dots that you see there. I mean, you could really go to town on these if you were doing them, you know, literally just maybe a stand, and you could spend, you know, a couple of weeks painting them. You could probably lift them up even higher. But there's a lot of these figures, and you know, there's got to be some type of give as you paint them. So I just go more for the little dots, and the same on the top of the bear skin. No, you know, nice figures, nothing wrong with these ones. You know, as I say, sometimes there are you know, worn out moulds and things like that, but these guys are fine as far as I know. If you remember on the chasseurs, there was those little metal spherical balls that were in different crevices on the, you know, between the musket and the bear skin, but I've not found any of those on these guys. So yeah, very nice. A couple of photographs at the end, not particularly awe-inspiring, but you know, they're there. I say I've got another unit to space. I'll probably show that just for the sake of showing it. Whether I show the other 2 units, I don't know, because I've still got to clean the mounted officers off, because I've got 3 other mounted officers for the overall command of both these units. So I just left the officers for that. So you know, they've got to be cleaned off yet and done. But so you might see the other 2 battalions singly, or you might just see them like before as a whole brigade. But of course I've got the chasseurs as well. What I'll do is, once I've magnetised the bases of all of the units, I'll have one last, you know, show before they get boxed ready for the client who is actually coming down to pick these up. So thank you very much for stopping by and taking a look and listening to me rambling away on what is a small unit. Coming up, there's another video, hopefully, hence the blue background as well, although these do seem to look better on the blue. I've got an unboxing of a 1/35 scale kit that I'll be building next. When, I'm not 100% sure, because I'm building an aircraft at the moment and things, but I just wanted to show that off. I've got finally Mez from Mez's Minis. Go check Mez out. I've been doing a commission for him. He was well aware that obviously it would only be painted as and when in between all these thousands of Napoleonics. But I've got the 4 mounted figures to show. I'd finally stuck, primered. Didn't really need any filling apart from one small two bits on 2 figures. But I've got all the last foot figures all cleaned up, and I've been starting to paint a couple of those as well. I will be painting one of those as a paint along at some stage. I've got a Vietnam figure to paint as a paint along. I'm debating whether I try and get him done in one go, because this voltigeur is just taking forever. I'm hoping now, and I probably will do while the house is quiet and I've got the lights all set up and everything, I'm going to go on to painting the strapping on the voltigeur in a minute, so that could be yet another video coming up. So it might be about 3 videos in 48 hours, plus another one on the 30-year war figures over the weekend. So we've gone from a 4-day break of no videos to lots of videos. Look after yourselves, guys. Thanks for stopping by, and we'll catch each other very soon on another one.